My name's Elaine Chambers-Hegarty. I'm a proud Aboriginal woman with links to the Koa people, the Kuku-Yalanji people and Bradabana people. I do traditional art but call it contemporary because it's a bit of a mix with the old and the new together. Knowing what I know and my little bit of research into Seqwater and what they do, I started with the hills and the mountains. The water source comes down and flows down from the hills. So I'd added those hills into here, but I did use the yellow and the red in the background to represent the fires that are often around. I went through to the areas like going to the coastal areas, which is why I've added the yellow to represent the sand from the areas. Different areas down here have that flow of water. Knew about the desalination plant that's happening down south, and I added these in with like my circles about the area, because a lot of our water is done with using the circles, as in when you think of throwing a stone in the water and the circle. Yep. So thinking about that, I did with the yellow, going out into the blue, thinking yellow from the salt being taken out and into clear water. I've put this little section here, which is kind of just represents when you think of looking down like a map type thing, yeah. So just to take a section out and to represent, because, well, what most of the treatment of the water ends up coming to our house and our drinking water. So yeah, I thought may as well have us in. I also have a little section here which kind of represents the farmers in irrigation, to knowing that what water they need for us to eat as well, from where we get our food from. Using the dots to represent the clean water, but using the dark colour coming to that light colour in the centre, yeah. This little section here, when I was doing, and I did my artwork to represent like the dry ground, just like when you see the drought on the ground, yeah. But knowing, with the water source kind of coming into the water source then, yeah, as in breaking down and the water. I put the lungfish because I know that they're in a lot of the dams, and I knew of what Seqwater were doing with after there has been a release, and they often do a fish recovery. Up on this little section here to represent a borering, because there are borerings around certain dams and they've been protected and make sure that no one goes into those sacred sites. I'd added the leaves in and to represent some of the bush rejuvenation and the tree planting that often happens with the kids around the dams and the waterways. I know that there's a lot happens with local school areas, so it's a bit of an education process with the kids as well. Just some of the circles in there to represent the water treatment plants, knowing that they're kind of a bit everywhere. We're at running off from different dams. Yeah, so I thought I'd just place them in different areas. And the section up the top represents just population and the people around, non-Indigenous and Indigenous, and I placed in here some yellow dots just to represent the Seqwater people or workers, because I often know and see, if you come out here near the dam, you'll see a lot of yellow shirts around. So the workers are in their yellow shirts. So I decided to put the yellow dots in. Different line markings are represented for pathways. Those pathways are connecting in all different areas, just to show that connection in all aspects of the water. And when I draw the pathways, they kind of with the lines, and my just little markings to say, here's kind of like a stepping ladder to working on something to work together, because it is a reconciliation action plan to reconcile together. Yeah. I kind of liked the, the logo anyway, and I wanted to just add it in. So because it is the water and the leaves, so it is the water and the land together. So I thought, yeah, I'll just leave that sitting in the middle, knowing that that is the main thing the artwork is about, and then adding on everything else, which goes, yeah, comes together from what Seqwater do for the water and the land. Yep.